like I was dating someone who was like a more hardcore Jewish person, and like it was like she'd go to synagogue and all that shit. It was so fucking funny because like I'm doing all this stuff and I'm like telling her like, yeah, no, I'm aware. Like when I was more aware, I was like, yeah, I'm aware about all this stuff. Like, if you need anything else, let me know because I honestly want to kill time. I want to go fucking back to the dealership. So if you got some other shit you need to do, and then she's like, oh, that's so nice. Are you Jewish? I'm like, no. That's like the fifth time I was confused as Jewish.
You
While
could
I was
pass as
like,
Jewish.
well, I did tell you about where I gaslighted a woman while I was buying like a gift, where I was buying like socks with like the Star of David on it for like my ex, my ex and whatever. And he's like, "Oh, are you, part of the tribe and everything?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, from Israel." I feel kind of bad, but I was like, "I'm already here. I'm at like a dollar store. I don't give a shit. You gonna fucking do? Call fucking like Mossad on me?"
See, like I thought on my dad's side that I was Jewish because of a last name that had been changed.
Hmm.
And then my dad got his like genealogy done,
Mm-hmm.
and turns out it's just fucking like Scandinavian, and that's why they changed it.
Oh, because
And
they didn't
Could
want to
be the
have
other
like
way.
Fleeger Herbagobern. Just kidding. I don't know.
well,
I'm just
yeah,
want to
not
make
quite
friends with the
that, but yeah, you
Scandinavians.
get the idea.
Yeah.
And so like we all thought it was like, oh, okay, so like we're basically a quarter German Jewish, but turns out not. And I was like, oh, well, I guess not. I guess I can't get that Israeli citizenship if I wanted to.
Yimra, I think somebody is sending you some shade in the YouTube chat.
You never be able to screw her the way me and you screwed her, and she'll never know what I know about you. Sent by Clary V.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yimra, is this one of your hoes?
One of my uncles.
One of your uncles?
JC says Max has some big Nordic naturals.
Oh, yeah.
You goddamn bet I do. Um. Anyways, we're into the actual episode now, right?
Yeah, I already played the intro while Yimra was talking, so it was just he was talking over the music, so we can hear him
That's
and
the only
kind
way
of
to
hear the
do it.
music in the background, and then it just comes back to him talking.
Who
Yimra, don't
fucking
worry, you were the
cares?
main audio source for it.
Um. So what's our show for tonight?
So I don't know, like a bunch of shit happened, but Matt wanted us to wait to talk about vaccines until he got here because I'm sure he's gonna
Oh,
like
okay,
autistically
that's
rant about
fine.
it. But that's fine.
Well, okay, it's been what, like 3 weeks or 4 weeks since I've been on the show. So
I want to say, yeah, dude, you're running from the cops or some shit, like
Having gay sex.
having gay sex, running from the cops.
well, the shit is that fucking snow is falling on the ground,
Word.
and I have
Well,
places to
you do
be.
live in a place where snow does occur
This
pretty
is true.
frequently.
This is true. As do I.
So, yeah, no. Once we get offline, I'm gonna talk to Base Heisenberg Ben about using his location as a place to slide on snow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Oh,
you,
Hamburg,
you,
Germany.
yeah, exactly. More, well,
Skimming the
it's
old Alps.
Mormonistan, right? By the way, so let's talk about recession shit. How's the recession doing in fucking Mormonistan?
I mean,
Um,
you can kind of feel it a little bit, but it's really not that bad. Like, there's no businesses closing. There's just like less traffic, which is not all that bad, honestly.
okay, yeah. So I wonder, as far as seasonal businesses go,
Mm-hmm.
and jewelry in particular, and you
All
yourself
right,
are
because it's
like
Christmas time.
a highest rank Jew in the jewelry business.
In
Mm-hmm.
the
Um,
jewelry business.
I mean, it's named after being a Jew. Like, I don't know what
I
to
feel
tell
like
you.
that's too easy of an answer, and I almost won't want to believe it because it's too easy of an actual. I don't want to Google it and be like, just be like, oh, it is actually.
No, I mean literally the entire
This was
profession is
this
named
was revealed to him in a
jewelry
dream.
after Jews.
I'm going to look
Yes.
this up. Where does the word jewelry come from? I
Jewish
misspelled
wares.
jewelry. The word jewelry comes from the word jewel, which is anglicized from Joel or jewel,
Jewel.
Old French. Before that, it came from Latin jocale, which means plaything.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's not Jew.
Sounds
All
gay.
right. So it's not Jew. All right. So okay, we're gonna there. We'll get there. Because if that was true, I'm gonna be honest, I'd be a little upset.
Yeah. A little.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tad.
So, what was the question? Like, how is what exactly?
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering how is the business going,
I mean,
given
it's okay. It's like not where we want it to be, but it's like it's still actually pretty good for December, given how bad November was. Honestly, like November sucked ass.
But
But
is November ever any good though for jewelry? Like outside of Black Friday bullshit, frankly.
A little. Like we did better last year, but like
Mhm.
our store was also having some personnel issues, so that may have caused some morale issues on the sales
Oh,
floor. But
you'll be fine though, because Christmas is coming up and shit.
yeah, I mean, we
Everyone's
also
gonna get their
that
bonuses.
person did basically quit, so ever since they left, it's been like way less stressful. And yeah, December's been good so far, so I'm hoping we can actually
is
drag
it
it out.
peak engagement season basically?
So it's definitely a little higher, but like what we're getting a lot of now is just people buying actual gifts for people that are not necessarily like engagement or bridal stuff. Like it's like fashion jewelry, necklaces,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
earrings.
Like
earrings,
this, how you
Yeah.
doing?
necklaces, bracelets.
Like I've had a couple people come in and they're like upgrading rings, like it's their anniversary and they decided to do it for Christmas, so she's
Mhm.
like getting a 2 carat or something like that. Which, God bless these people because I have some, yeah, just some big things in the works.
Big things.
Big things coming.
Big things.
Big things.
Oh, you're gonna come out as gay and marry your fucking absolute beautiful twink husband?
Big things. Big things are coming. I can't exactly say what.
You could just literally send a message in the Discord DMs, bro. I
Yeah.
got you.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
He's gonna have gay sex with me.
Yeah. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna take
Can't
you away
wait.
from Matt. Matt and I are
So,
gonna have a fucking knife fight.
what I'm getting at here is well, okay, no, luxury items. We've got jewelry up or not above me, but to my left,
Mm.
and then below me. What about the car market? Any indications over there?
Oh. Oh boy, is that a question for me?
Oh
Yeah,
well, CC Max
I
Yumra
know you're not
actually.
strictly working in
I'm
the
not in the car
vehicle
industry at the
market.
very moment, but I'm still helping people out. I still check around. Um, I can't. I pretty much. I said like once the car market took a shit during COVID, I said like 3 years it would start getting better, and that's only not barely true. It's getting slightly, kind of a little bit better. It really is a case by case basis right now because a lot of places still are not getting the inventory that they need, and that still is going to be probably felt for God knows how long. Hopefully not too long, but it's also sent shockwaves enough that a lot of these companies, because there's those laws in the U.S. specifically that say Ford cannot sell their own cars. They have to give it to a dealership that's owned by someone else, not anyone related to Ford, to sell
Right?
their
Yeah.
cars for them. Their
It,
exception is right now is technically you do that with electric cars as long as you do not buy the car physically on the actual property. It's like how Tesla does it. So say for example, I Tesla's a good example. If I go to say Tesla, I look at the cars at the dealership. The people will tell me all the information, but I have to do everything over the phone. And I can't do it on the property. It's technically illegal. But what some of these companies are going to do now is, for example, Ford is so tired of these like dealerships that they understand why they're doing it in some cases of selling certain vehicles over sticker. But to this point now, it's like these companies don't want them to sell over sticker to such an extent. You know, a little bit there, here and there. Every once in a while, a car sells for a couple of thousand over, or it's a really rare car, like they only make 400 of them. Pretty understandable to sell for 15 over. Okay, All right, Corvette, C8, the fucking Z06. Those things are sold for 15,000 regardless of the market. But a lot of these dealerships are really pissed off. So what they're going to start doing now in the next few years, Ford might be the first one to actually start pulling it off, is there'll be regular Ford dealerships, but for electric cars specifically, they'll sell directly, which means there's not any of those fucking issues of over sticker prices. I'm sure there's gonna be still little bullshit things, like, oh, do you want VIN stickers in there? Oh, do you want this or that? So that's gonna start becoming a thing soon, as long
No,
as
the
everything's legally done.
microtransaction. Have you not seen that like BMW is charging like $18 a month for heated seats?
I've
And it's
been
like
I've been seeing shit like that. I'm gonna be honest. No one should fucking give into that ever. There's certain like subscriptions, say XM radio. That makes sense to subscribe to. That's a service you're being provided. Heated seats come with the fucking car. Tesla
they're
does the
in the
same.
car already.
Yeah,
They're
the,
in
the
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 fucking
coils
car
that
already.
heat
The
up.
heated seats.
Yeah,
Or
they're
in the case of I need to look this up now to call out the specific company, but there was a fucking
Apple CarPlay just activating it.
yeah, no, it was like
Like,
the horsepower inherent to the car, like the
yeah,
power. And they were charging like
mhm.
$18 per horsepower over the stock
Yeah. It's
vehicle.
What the hell?
It's
that's
absolutely
shit that
fucking
people need to put their
ridiculous.
foot down immediately for, because once they start doing it and get away with it, is when like I would literally rather. Well, actually, I just wouldn't buy that car straight up. I would actually
Yeah,
just not buy the car.
that's
Like
ridiculous.
like Tesla, for example, doing the same thing where like there's certain like there's an argument to be said for like if it's a separate download that has to be done and it takes up space and like there's a danger and you have to add different tires because you have to worry about more power. Okay, that can be a conversation, but that's different than the car already comes like that and you already have the sport tires on it and you have the like brakes that are meant for it and all this other stuff. The and it not being a subscription. If there was
No,
like
physical goods cost money to
yes,
produce.
and I'm sure it costs
And
people money to program it and update it and service it, but even then, that being said, no one should be paying any extra subscription fees outside of XM radio and like, whatever your lease or finance is.
here it is. Mercedes is charging $1,200 per year for the acceleration package.
Mhm.
$1,200.
Um, Mercedes revealed that the owners of its EQ line of electric cars will be able to improve their acceleration from 0 to 60 by 0.2 seconds for a whopping $1,200 per year.
Nope. Nope.
Don't like that.
See what I do? I just void the fucking warranty if I was a good programmer.
Boys, I'll be
Because you
right
could
back.
literally go
Yeah, honestly,
to
yeah. Like, why can't you just like this? Any car, like any mechanic, can plug into the car computer
you
and
do
tune it.
it's called, I think it's called an EC. I might be having the right or wrong like technical word for it. An ECU mapping, um, where you
That sounds
map
right.
out basically all like the types of stuff like the car is able to pull off. You can do that on a regular car as is, where you map out the car. Because, for example, most cars that people have, even like enthusiast cars, they're still they're still mapped out in such a way to prevent certain things, say like wear and tear on the engine that's unnecessary, or gas mileage and stuff like that. There's a lot of that mapping that this computer has that basically like when I go this speed, it turns to this gear, which not may might be the fastest I can do even in sport mode, but it follows the regulations, this and that. They aren't technically illegal in most states. There's a few states that do. I want to say California and like New Jersey, but that's only if you do get you get your thing fucking checked up there in that state. But you can, I'm sure, have even less of a problem doing it on an electric car. The only thing is your mileage is gonna fucking take a shit. And that's a problem with electric car. Like, don't get me wrong. I think electric cars as a concept are great. They should be an option. Same with hybrids. They should be an option. There's nothing inherently wrong with them. They just need more time to be an effective consumer product. But that's just not how it is right now. We're getting there. We're almost pretty much there as far as what the average consumer, even though like I want 300-mile range. You have a 9 to 5 job. You're probably not driving that far to work. And if we're going to use the example of say like, you know, say like me from like New Jersey to the city, say it's a 40-mile drive there and back. I charge the car overnight. It's a smart charger, so it's not going to overcharge it and destroy the battery. like unless I'm doing a long distance trip, there's no issue with even a car that has 200 miles of range. Of course, 300 is nice. Good to have that. But the average consumer is complaining about 300 miles of range. It's like you're doing a 9 to
So
5. You're
here's the
not,
thing. I
you
live
know.
out west. Ben lives out west. I have 330 miles of range, 340.
So it's
But that's if
around.
you drive smart and
Maybe
good.
with an efficient when I drive smart, right?
Yeah.
And it fucking like it's not enough. Like I have to fuel up. If I'm making like a decent trip, like I need to do a mid fuel
Where's
trip.
Ben?
Whereas like the newer economy cars, like a fucking Subaru Crosstrek gets 34 miles to gallon, has a 16-gallon tank, gets nearly 500 miles on a tank.
Yeah. No
That
electric car is going to
that's
beat that for a
nice
while.
when you're out living west
Yeah.
and you need to fucking get places that are far away.
So I'm talking about like the average consumer who buys a car as a commodity and really
No,
doesn't
no,
know.
yeah, those people, uh, like I hate to say it, but the people living boring lives out on the East Coast, in the Eastern time zone, who are driving 40 miles or 80 miles a day there and
Tell me what's
back.
going on.
Oh, we're talking
We're-
about the car market because he asked. We're talking about jewelry and cars.
Where's Ben?
Ben is getting groceries. Like groceries were dropped off to him, so he's just grabbing those right
Dude,
now.
did he hear to go live?
Yeah, no,
we're live right now.
he helped us go live. I assume he's in charge of the broadcast right now, but like, yeah, he's fucking sucking off whatever grocery deliverers there or something like that.
Gotcha.
Been known to happen.
So, what do you guys covered so far? Anything exciting happen before I got here?
Well, okay, I tried to get something exciting to happen, and then we realized that you were going to come on for the exciting thing, and so I delayed with somewhat exciting things, such as, are we heading into a recession, by talking about jewelry and the car market.
We had a bunch of other things we could talk about, like gay stuff and the Twitter file dump.
Like
Well, you're talking about
M-pox
car stuff,
or-
so that's pretty gay.
Everything's pretty good when we talk about it. You know that.
So exciting news on my end. My roof desperately needs to be replaced, and I
Oh,
have a guy.
fuck.
I have a guy that's gonna do it, but it needs to stop fucking raining. But my carport, water's just fucking coming through. That's how bad my
shit.
roof. Oh, that's how bad that section of roof is.
Okay, can I say as a PSA to our listeners, because even if this only reaches like 50 people, fucking do not ask for the roof to get replaced on a home you're purchasing. Get a credit towards a new roof on the home that you're purchasing. Okay? Never is it worth it for you, when you're purchasing a home, to get the owner to fix things, because they have no incentive for it to be the right thing, right? And so, like, for me, I wish that I had a credit towards my roof getting replaced, so that when I did do it, and I also got like my mechanical replaced, so I got my natural gas furnace replaced, that I could have gotten the roof replaced afterwards, and I would have had the ability to, like, redo the vent and stuff like that, and I would be in a better situation, etc.
What you need is a couple of guys from New York to go fix that roof. You know what I'm saying? A couple of guys off the books might, fuck you in the ass a little bit. But
a
you get a
couple of
pretty good
guys
deal.
off the books. I'm out here in Albany County, okay?
Okay, well, we'll fly him over. It's probably, we'll fly him in the off season.
I'm in Albany, okay?
Albany.
I'm not joking. Legitimately,
Yeah.
all of my neighbors around me, I live in Wyoming,
Mhm.
and all of my neighbors around me are from fucking New York State.
Yeah, but like the state's fucking huge. I feel like people forget that it's a very diverse, large state. Like you don't, if you're not from the city or like the lower region, unless you're below
No,
like
they're
New
not from the
Paltz, like
city.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
all
yeah.
from like the more rural areas.
Yeah, but it's gonna cost me like $8,000 to get it fixed. Good new roof.
Oh
This
fuck,
isn't too bad.
bro.
That's not bad. Well, I have two roofs and a little on my behind outside this window behind me is a covered porch as well.
Oh,
So I have
oh,
that.
covered porch. That's nice. That's,
Yeah, so I've got
I
covered
I kind of
covered
want to put a
porch,
covered porch in at my
and
place.
I have a tri-story house or whatever, something like that. So it's two roofs. So I got the one
I'll go
for the
pee in the sink
upper
real quick. I'll be right back.
and one for the main level. So it's like 8,000 to that includes the because you gotta get the permit.
That's nice. Yeah, 8,000's good.
Yeah,
Cause yeah, how much hail do you get out there?
not much really.
Really?
Um,
Okay.
and Shay's asking in the chat, he's like, I feel like the low end of the guy's good. Yeah, like these dudes have been doing it in this town for like ever, like for a long time. And I got quotes. I didn't just go first guy to give me a price. I went with another
Yeah, yeah.
place.
That's
I got a
good.
quote. I went from another place that they've been doing it for like 40, 50 years. They quoted about $8,000. This guy quoted $8,000, but I went with this guy. Well, the other place was like it was like 7,800 or something. But that was before OSB because they're gonna have to replace like probably 6 sheets of OSB because it's all fucked up because of the rain, like over time
Oh, it
and
got
all the dumb shit.
waterlogged and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So, but this guy,
Is your insulation
my
good?
wife taught their daughter. Is my insulation?
Yeah, like do you have some like roof insulation that needs to be replaced or what?
I don't think so. Let's hope not. I don't know. Well,
Okay.
because where all the water's coming in, I don't think the carport because it'd be stupid to spend money on insulation right above the carport. There's no purpose for it. It's because
Yeah,
like
where
and
you
I just
live.
looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I live. So there's like the house like insulation in attic or whatever.
For
That's
for
fine.
me, it's like I got insulation in my fucking garage, and it's like the most amazing thing ever because my car is thought out and amazing every morning that I want to drive it out of my
All right.
garage.
Well, so now Ben is back, so we can get right into being certified haters.
Of course, of course.
Certified, dude.
Including
This
my cat.
vaccine shit. Holy fuck! Did that set off? So
That was
did you
interesting.
give the give the spiel from your point of view. Benjamin.
I guess it was like people who took the vaccine because they were like, hey, it was like forced on me and like, I had to feed my kids and stuff like that. It's like,
Well, so friend of the show, Chase, posted something along the lines like it's funny. It's gonna be funny to see the people that proudly got vaxxed or say like, oh no, I didn't get it or whatever, and then some Irishman with
oh,
terrible reading comprehension took it like, well, these people were forced to take it. They had no other choice. They had a literal gun to their head, and Chase is like, what? Like essentially, like, what the fuck are you talking about? But then it spawned like all these people talking about like, look, like jobs, like the jobs were forcing it. People were talking about how the government was forcing it, but they didn't. They just said they were going to, and the businesses just took it, just did it.
yeah.
Well,
Businesses
no,
just
I
fucking did it
think
for the
yeah,
most
if you were working in medicine or healthcare, I guess they would call it nowadays
part. Oh,
in New
there
York
was
State or California State or whatever.
yeah, there was um like state like I think there was some state level mandates with certain like healthcare, whatever, because it makes sense. It makes sense for healthcare to be vaccinated against this deadly virus.
Of course.
Come on. So
See,
there was that. Oh no, I was gonna say. So then I jump in because I missed it. I was doing like math and coding and shit like all day. So I hop into the GC, and I see them everyone talking about it in the cringe channel. Everyone's going off about it. I'm like, oh fuck, you telling me that like the like one day I don't log in on Tumblr, it's
Oh,
popping up.
oh, that fucking 8 mile long post I immediately avoided because
Yes.
no one looked good by response number 5. I don't even know who was talking in it. It just looked all fucking retarded. Like
You-
like it doesn't matter. Like even if everyone has like a valid opinion, even if you don't agree with it. Like, there's probably still a valid opinion or a valid viewpoint or standpoint. There was just a certain point where, like, if I'm reading a mile long, by reading I mean scrolling past, so I'm not reading that shit. Like, listen,
Became
if
a
it's
leftist
about
meme
like
very quickly.
If I
if
have to
it's about like
scroll,
some cool
I'm scrolling
history shit or
past.
something, or about a fucking, because sometimes there's some good long posts out there. But I saw it was about COVID vaccines and about like jobs and about like oh, like all these semantics about things on either perspective of it, and everyone was having no respect for anybody. I was like, I'm not reading that because everyone's just being an asshole. There's no like, oh, actually, you're a fucking faggot because of this. Like, no, you guys are mutuals. This isn't like ball busting. It's just being a dick.
Occasionally,
You guys
the
don't know how to.
lines must be redrawn, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lines
So-
must be redrawn to know who's a fucking like asshole. Which I mean, to be fair, it's all of us. Is the answer,
Of
by
course,
the way.
yeah.
Excuse me.
No, but then I made a post like mocking, right? Like, oh, like I had to get the vaccine, also lose my job. I'm like, all right, get a new job. Like, it's not that easy. I'm like, it's easy if you're not a loser, because I was trying to start shit. And oh boy, gee golly willikers, I got it. It's good.
Gosh,
Well,
golly gee.
there was some dude. I don't know how many of you guys follow him, but there's someone like some people in the group chat follow, and he like replied to it, but he shadow banned, so I couldn't see. I didn't even see it. They get no notification. So
Mhm.
what he like he did the SpongeBob professional retard to me, and then he tagged it childless behavior. And I'm like, okay. So
Okay.
I had the post sent to me, so I went and found it,
Mhm.
and then once it was sent to me, I went back on there and replied like, I have 3 kids with fourth on the way. And this dude tried to say is like, that's even worse. Like you should know better. I'm like, I do know better. I do know better. That's why I'm able to provide for my family. I would not have 3 or 4 kids if I didn't have contingency plans. Like these people are acting like
Oh, we're doing that discussion now. Okay.
yes,
All right. Awesome.
because
Awesome. I have my answers. They're
if
pretty
you
good.
fucking it, it's amazing to me that it's like firing. It's like it was just invented with COVID. Like you never could have got fired before until the COVID vaccine threat.
I think
That's
Oh,
such a
just
good fucking point.
it
Oh
is.
my
And
god!
this is where I have to be like the like the like the nice, gentle, like more lefty humanitarian person here for this, where it's just like most people are terrified of the concept of losing their job. They don't want to think about it, say don't think about it. Most people don't have a backup plans. Like some people when they're about to quit, they start thinking of like other jobs to look for, like a couple of months before they officially put their 2 weeks in, when they're already kind of done with the job and they fucking miserable anyways. Like, like for me,
2
for
weeks.
example, like I'm gonna be in a union, so like I could not work for 6 months, but still make more than a cop working a full year. So I don't give a shit. I could be late, like technically laid off, but I'm in a union, so I don't. Once I'm in, I don't fucking give a shit. I don't have to work for half the fucking year
It's
technically,
fucking
and I'll still be
bullshit.
fine
Fucking union bullshit.
technically. That being said, like if I somehow got kicked out of the union, well, I have a background with certain skills that I could find a non-union job, no fucking problem, especially out of state. To hear I'm in a New York union, I'm set. If I
So
can't do that, I could
I
be a
kind of
salesman. You know?
I have like two main views on this whole thing, and the first one is like personally, I encountered some pressure to get vaccinated, but like I never really got anything that was like, oh, my entire livelihood is riding on this. I'll be homeless if I don't do this. Like,
Well, you worked at a gun store at the time, right?
so I worked at a gun store, and then in 2021, I worked where I'm working now, which is a very corporate setting. And even then, we did not have a vaccine mandate.
But you're also in a more right-leaning state, which is more
I
obviously
am,
not necessarily
but like,
anti-vax, but not as
so
caring about the vax.
here's the thing: the
And
company I work for
let
is
me share
nationwide.
my experience too.
Hmm.
But yeah, let finish.
No, I was just gonna say the company's nationwide. They don't have a mandate. But Max, go ahead.
Well, okay, I was gonna say, where I was working, I'm in a right wing state to the point that it might as well be like dictator levels stolen elections every
Based, I
fucking
guess.
year, for the
So no
Republican
change
Party.
than everything else.
Yeah. I will say we have had a nice surge towards the Young Americans for Liberty endorsed slash like um Freedom Caucus Republicans
Caucus.
yeah, right, in the last couple of elections. That said, um, I'm a state employee technically. That's who issues my paycheck. Um,
Fed.
and yeah, I'm
I'm
a
out here.
Fed.
Be right back.
And so, but like for us, it was just like, oh, you'll get like a free paid day off if you get the vaccine, and you'll get like, this bonus amount for getting the vaccine if you want to get the vaccine. Basically, it was a couple $100 at the end of the day.
Yeah. And then you have those people who did it for the free Krispy Kreme. Of course, that guy probably got like 1,000 people at
Right?
least.
Yeah, like, and we don't even have shit like that out here because fucking we don't have normal, fucking fast food chains like
We
Krispy
have a
Kreme.
Krispy Kreme, but like, thankfully, excuse me, I fucking detest Krispy Kreme. Like, I never eat Krispy
Well,
Kreme.
okay, if our audience is not vehemently avoiding seed oils,
Mm. They're gay.
like, okay, it's one thing, like, maybe if you got duped into getting the vaccine,
Mm.
but like a lifetime of seed oils at this point, like,
Also
get
not healthy.
get onto the data, read the lifetime of seed oils thing, and figure out what's going on.
Oh, bro, do I got
You
seed
need to
oils
get
for you, bro?
yourself. You need to get off the fucking soybean and the canola and the rapes. Well, canola rapeseed oil is the same thing.
Okay, but olive
Oil.
oil is always going to be eternal.
Exactly.
Olive oil
Yummer,
is
is it
eternal.
true that you actually sleep in a giant tank of olive oil so you can
I
operate at maximum mental elasticity?
it keeps my brain sharp. It helps repair the lesions on my frontal lobe.
Word.
It's good for anal sex with men,
Ah.
Noche
allegedly.
Noche says new TV pitch, an ad cap working for the government, which is like, yeah, that's where I'm at, bro.
Oh, so the
Couldn't
other
be
thing I wanted
me.
to bring up was like, if
my
this is
my
a situation,
situation's a little more nuanced than just working for the government, but yeah, I mean,
As most
basically.
things are. Most things are a little nuanced.
of course. But the other thing I wanted to bring up was like, if this was like a cop saying like, "Oh, I have to enforce gun control, or I have to enforce like a red flag law, or I have to enforce stop and frisk or some shit," or like if I don't, I can't feed my kids. Most people would be like, "All right, fuck your kids." Like, so we expect like on the one hand, you expect people to like make the moral decision one way, and then it's like, yeah, you can take this thing that will absolutely fucking kill you, and if you're doing it for your kids, like you will die, and your kids will be without you, and their meager life insurance payment will not cover the void you leave in their lives. Or you cannot, and as Matt put it, rely on the 6 months of savings you should have in the event you lose your job. Which, admittedly, it's kind of hard to do that right now because of how expensive everything is, but, save up.
Yeah, there are some people we have to understand that just did not have a choice or an easy choice. We should just say that. Because, yeah, you could technically not do it and get a different job, but you could also not make as much money and
True.
you have to move out of whatever place you live to a shittier place. Like,
Mm.
it really, like, anything treated as black and white is the
Really,
fucking dumbest shit ever.
these are options, right? Like, yeah, you consider. I think people need to evaluate themselves within the context of the New World Order and say, will I sell my blood and my DNA to be manipulated by the New World Order? Or will I live in a slightly smaller house? And the answer
Yeah.
should be yes.
Could be me though.
And
I'm built
if
different.
you aren't prepared for that situation, either A, you're not as smart as you think you are. The capitalist market, the amount of money that you should be making as somebody who is attuned to Austrian economics and to the world at large should be much larger than what you need to survive or passively avoid the New World Order mandates. Okay. Right? Like, we are smarter than the average person. We should be making decisions better than the average person, which I think I have for the last 10 years. And as a result, I'm able to avoid the conundrums that people seem to have.
Couldn't be me.
Okay, and maybe you get a pass. Maybe you get a pass if like you discovered this 2 years ago and you're like, oh shit, like I haven't been preparing this for more than like 16 months basically.
Yeah.
But
Like-
here's the thing: you need to be preparing your entire financial and economic well-being based off of Austrian economics going forward. And if you do that, you will not have to be in a position to make these choices.
Yeah, that was a good answer. That being said, you're fucking gay and retarded, and you should kill yourself. I'm going with the Tumblr ideology here on this one.
There we go.
Yeah, let's just get that intelligent answer that was thought out and as respectful as you can be with your viewpoint, and just funnel it down to that you should kill yourself. Fuck you, dick.
And I respect that. But here's the
No, I mean
thing,
I don't
like
give a shit. I'm just
now
making a point.
now that you know better, now that you know better,
Mm.
like there there should be no way that they can force a vaccine on us in the next decade and say that, oh, it's absolutely necessary and you can't
Unless
go
it's
see.
fucking Ebola. Let's be honest. If it's fucking Ebola, I'm taking that shit. That shit's scary. Bleeding out every orifice. I'm taking that
Just
Ebola
don't
vaccine.
fuck monkeys, and you won't get Ebola.
Okay, one.
Stop having
I won't
sex
live long.
with
I've made a
primates
mess.
in Africa.
Uh-oh. Matt's got to go vacuum up a crime scene, I guess.
But
He's getting vengeance from me. He's helping me out
Oh yeah.
from my auto
do you-
incident.
here's the thing, like as ANCAPs, we need to be aspiring to be the healthiest, most financially stable persons in the market. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where I'd land anymore if I worked for a union, which is still, you know,
No,
it's a labor union,
honestly,
but hey,
labor unions are on the ANCAP spectrum, right?
it's a
That's
bunch
an
of it's one where almost both ANCOMs and ANCAPs are kind of like, yeah, unions technically are good for either one. This is a bunch of dudes getting together and agreeing on shit, calling it a day.
yeah. So
I make more
here's the
money.
thing.
Everyone has to deal with my shit.
Personally,
You can go non-union. Like if they want to do the same job that like I could do, they can find non-union people. They do that sometimes. They're not gonna get as good of work. They're not gonna get guys who've been doing it for 20 years.
well, okay.
No, that's a
Here's
market, I
the
guess.
thing I'm getting at is that like you personally, as an individual, need to be the sexiest, skinniest, muscular person that you can be. Okay.
Oh yeah. Look at that
Oh
definition,
fuck
baby.
yeah,
Look at that
yeah.
definition right there, huh? Huh? Look at that.
Love that.
Yeah.
You
I could show
need
my
to
six
be.
pack, but then my penis would be out.
Here's the thing. Like I want to see
I don't
now that we've got the overt. Okay, we've had 30 years of big ag and big pharma pushing seed oils and vaccines on people. Okay, I want to see in the next decade that we're going to have libertarians and ANCAPs and anarchists in general saying that we are the whole food, not Whole Foods, but whole food. We're the non seed oil. We're the traditional diet. We are the all of the above versions of nutrition and diet and physical health
I feel like in a
happening.
way that's kind of what the slow food movement was. Do you ever know? Did you ever hear about that?
Sounds gay.
Not necessarily,
It was
but no, like I want on Twitter. Okay, here's my idea. In 10 years on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the other social media platforms, you're gonna see a healthy person, and they're gonna say like, "Oh yeah, this is my diet," and by the way, I'm a classical liberal, libertarian, or ANCAP or whatever, right? That's already true today, but we just need to keep up the trend for the next 10 years, and everybody's going to look at it and be like, holy shit, what are these people doing that's so right?
That being said, do not post a fucking video of you at the fucking gym. Just don't fucking do it.
Marcus Aurelius will send
I-
you to dig holes in Germany.
I fucking
Don't do it.
I have like a friend who I have a couple of friends who worked at gyms. I have a friend currently who's a personal trainer. Actually, I have two friends that are personal trainers. They get a pass because they're advertising for their fucking job. But if you get a tripod into the fucking gym, it's not about working out clearly for you. Because here's the thing: if you're making money on Instagram, fit posting, nothing wrong with that. I'm not like, listen, at the end of the day, you do you. Really, unironically, you do you. Like, what I'm saying is just a judgment and an opinion, and at the end of the day, you do you. But if you are fit posting and you have money, right, from fit posting, right, you have like an ad for some fucking pre-workout powder, which studies have shown that having a beer or a wine before and after is probably better than half that shit. So fuck off with your weird powder. Grow up, eat a fucking, I don't know, get some protein to you. Stop taking fucking SARMs.
Honestly,
And
eating a traditional loaf of bread would probably be a better.
it really, I mean, there's a
post-workout.
lot of strategies for. I mean, I have too much knowledge for like actual like strategies for working out. I don't
Not
use
a
them
loaf, but I
clearly.
mean a couple slices of
Because if I actually worked out properly, I would be. I don't know what my weight is right now, but I could easily get to. Well, not easily, but I could get to 170, 180 at my height, about 5'10". That's a good weight for me. That's beside the point. I'm just a humble brag. I'm not anywhere near that, by the way. I'm like bordering on underweight half the time from all the crack I smoke. That being said, if you're a fit poster, I know no one here is a fit poster, but I want to help you guys hate fit posters. If someone's a fit poster, you see them online, they're posting shit and they got ads and they're making money clearly because they got like better cameras and like they got all this nice shit on them. Tell them to go buy a fucking home gym set. Because at that point, it's all. Listen, I'm a vain person. I'm a confident person. There's nothing wrong with either of those things. There's nothing wrong with being, happy with how you look. It's better to be overconfident and insecure. Because one's easier to work on, quite frankly. Insecurity is hard to build up. I had to go from being insecure to being confident. That being said, you see some piece of shit, scum sucking fucking asshole with a tripod and his fucking $1,000 fucking workout gear to go do workout at a gym. He's subscribing there for like what, $19 a month. You're a grown ass man making goddamn like fucking couple $1,000 a month on the side from your actual job, by the way, probably. And you're going to a gym where you subscribe for it. You don't have a fucking home gym where you can just work out with you and your bros or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. You're a fucking asshole. You're a dick. You're bringing a tripod and a camera in there and you're talking to the camera and doing some fucking funny meme. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. It's a gym. It's to work out, shoot the shit, and get the fuck out and go back to like doing literally anything else. Fuck you, fit poster, cunt.
All right, so that covers the workout segment of the podcast, I believe.
Okay, also realize your body type, realize your genetics. Listen, there's nothing wrong with don't. Okay, actually no, this is not over.
Six packs are real difficult to fucking get without starving yourself. 3% body fat's not healthy.
It isn't.
It isn't. If you've
Okay,
seen a strong man, strongest people in the
and
world, they got fat. Just saying.
I'm related to Olympians, okay? And I
chubs.
fucking I know
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
oh no, I'm not like
No, I see you. I
fucking
see you. I see that face.
but like no, I like my I fucking have a cousin who's competed in the Olympics, okay? And I'm telling you, like they have body fat. They're not fucking lean and cut and have like those chiseled abs and shit like that when they're competing in the Olympics. All right? Like and they're at the top of their fucking game. They're not at the top of their fucking game. They're at the top of the world's game. Okay? And you need to be a full physical person when you're competing in any sport
Like
or discipline or whatever.
my kid's
life.
birthday's tomorrow, and I bought
What?
a big ass confetti balloon. And as I was going up to his room, because we just inflated it, as I was going up to his room to go put it in there, I fucking caught the corner of the baby gate and popped that shit,
Oops.
and confetti went everywhere.
Oops.
So
Speaking
you guys
of,
properly hate everything while I was gone?
pretty much, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So,
We're getting messages that you should go work out. Work out.
word.
Yeah, you
That's a
don't.
good message.
3 days is the general minimum that people suggest. 3 days a week. I mean, obviously, let's be realistic. Working out fucking sucks unless you got body dysmorphia or that it just hits different for you. Because working out sucks for most people. Let's be honest. That or it's the healthiest self harm you'll ever fucking have. I don't know what to tell you.
Just
That's what some people do. I'm not
Right.
kidding.
Yeah.
That's
But before you resort to fucking cutting yourself or some other
yeah. Feel the fucking burn in
shit,
your shoulder and a muscle you never knew
go and
existed.
fucking work out. Yeah. Run or lift some shit that burns. Makes you hurt. Then you'll feel way more better about yourself.
It's proven to actually benefit you mentally, as well. Like it actually
No,
reduces depression
there's
and shit like
there's
that.
studies with depression. There's studies with depression that
All right,
if
boys.
you
It was
work
nice
out
briefly
or
talking to you. I
exercise
gotta
for
go.
an hour, like
Have a good
even
night, man.
going for a walk for an hour. Oh, Matt just left. What did you
Yeah,
say?
something
I
about
don't
his
know.
wife or whatever.
Family
Being a
and
loving,
shit.
caring parent,
All
prioritizing
right,
Okay.
his family.
so
What a
I'm
fucking
gonna.
Good for
asshole!
him. Let me just finish my thought. If you are depressed, if you are feeling lonely, if you're feeling like you cannot get the amount of activity that you feel like you should do in a day, walking for an hour every day is better than every single antidepressant drug on the market. Okay?
That being said, so Tony Soprano took Zoloft, so I mean, you know,
I don't think Tony Soprano fucking walked for
he's
an
not a
hour.
good litmus test of how to deal with your problems. That dude was a straight up
It's not a good
fucking
litmus
psycho.
test for dealing with problems. Fucking like take a walk for an hour every day. Like walk, put your own body mass on your feet for an hour every day, and you will feel amazing compared to what you felt before, at least. Like I personally, like I can tell you this.
Exercise good. Feel good. Make body feel good. Endorphins good.
Yeah, this episode really went absolutely nowhere somehow
Yeah,
and
I
somewhere, but
know.
really nowhere for the most part.
Well, we keep having to unfortunately prune somebody out of the chat, and well, Yimmer, you got to stop breaking these ladies' hearts and just start killing them, like for real.
I'm fucking gay. I don't know what you're talking about though.
I mean, Clarence is a guy's name, so
Competitive keeling is almost as effective as
competitive.
That's the
working
one
out.
with the on the ice, like on the ice where they have like the weird brush and they push
Yeah,
the
that's
disc.
sure. Yeah, you go hang out in a bar and you call that kegeling, and you let us know what happens.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, the Twitter files. That's right.
Mm.
So yeah, Twitter lied about a bunch of shit on behalf of the Democrats, and nobody cares because no major news media outlets will, of course, run with the story because why would they?
Well, it's surprising. I want to see Matt Taibbi on Joe Rogan, which has 11 times the viewership of CNN.
That's
And
embarrassing for literally everybody involved,
So I would
including
say,
Joe Rogan.
based on the current rate of like information moving through the normie sphere, Joe Rogan should probably be doing some stuff about it in about a week and a half. Give or
okay,
take.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
he needs like a little delay before like he gets someone on who's like actually knows what he's talking about, and then he'll
You
just
gotta give
respond
the
with
stuff.
going,
You gotta give it time to steep. You know, like it's like a tea
"Oh, that's
bag.
crazy."
Yeah.
Just imagine his big bald steroid using head. Did you hear about Liver King? That shit was funny as fuck too.
Oh yeah, the dude. He was like, "Oh, I just eat animal organs. I'm all natural, bro." Oh, just kidding. I have
Come on. I mean, I
$15,000 worth
under
of
like a
steroids.
lot of fitness people like just kind of knew and just didn't even need to say anything. Just kind of like
I
they never
mean,
used words.
of
Called it
course,
back.
people called it out, but like, of course, you had those people who would dick ride him and defend him, like,
Yeah.
for everything. So,
I mean, good for him for admitting like steroid use. Good for him, I guess, and all that shit. But
yeah, I bet his
I mean,
balls are the size of chicken nuggets.
well, if you stop using steroids, they come back.
Oh, they do.
They do. It's well, as long as you don't do it too long.
Well, I
But
mean,
there's like modern steroids. They like don't fuck it up as much. But I remember, I don't know. I've never messed with any of that shit. A lot of my friends did, and they messed with SARMs. Which,
I
by the
think
way,
the
if you're
thing,
going to abuse any type of shit, don't fucking touch SARMs, dude. There's a bunch of reasons not to. And I don't think it's even worth explaining. Just don't fucking touch SARMs. Straight up, just don't do it.
the thing about steroids, yeah, it's there is actually a natural ebb and flow to testosterone within males,
Yeah.
regardless of your diet and or other things. But they've done studies on males, and your testosterone will increase and decrease based on the season and or environmental factors and
Your body's
diet,
is doing
etc.
shit to help you out. You just don't even notice.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's a good thing to having low T sometimes. Um,
Or you can be like
and
my friends who are
so
like
the
23
best
and get low
way,
T.
like, yeah, don't be injecting shit. Fucking
Word.
just have a good diet and work out regularly, lift heavy weights on a regular basis. That is the
Or
best fucking advice I can give to anyone on earth. Pick up heavy shit and move it somewhere else. Okay.
or you could be like my friend who we didn't all talk till since high school, and then we started hanging out with him again. The first thing he said to one of my other friends was like, "Hey man, how you been doing?" He's like, "I've been doing all right. I got low T, by the way, just for no reason, just out of the fucking blue. Just hangs out with us all the time now. But it's the
Power
funniest
move,
shit. Just
absolute Chad maneuver.
yeah, honestly, you kind of gotta respect it. But he's kind of like deeply on the internet. He's an attractive, handsome man. Like he can get it. He's just deeply on the internet. He does the light skin Riz too. He knows how to
Chronically
make it
online.
work. Great meme, by the way. The light skin Riz. Seen those everywhere now. The I can't do it because I'm not like a technical light skin. I got called. I was told I was white today, which is fair.
I
It's
mean,
fine.
you are light skin. You are a light skin.
I don't even know how to do the Riz. I'm clearly not a light skin.
I am clearly the most light skinned of everyone here.
Well, no, but like
Mm.
there's a light skin and then there's like white. You know, I'm not even a light skin as far as I've been told. But it's been winter. I haven't been really outside enough to get my good color going in.
So I actually just had to look this up. This is a TikTok thing we're referring to here, right?
It spreads to every other site. You know what I mean?
Yimmer, you fucking TikTok user.
I don't have TikTok anymore, dog. I had it for like half a year.
Oh, we're gonna have to interrogate you, my friend.
For TikTok?
Yep.
Okay, that's fair. I hate this one charger I have next to my computer because it kind of charges if I angle it funny. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's good. Oh, well, that's that's for the post podcast interrogation, where I don't come back for 3 years because I actually lost an arm in Kiev.
Eve, you mean?
Eve.
Okay, here's the thing. Phonetically, gay sex. It- It just says 1 second. My computer's like podcast dash recording. The altar podcast Discord not responding.
Uh-oh.
It just says it, but I'm still seeing the audio and video,
Well,
and
I
you guys
mean,
respond to me.
we can still hear you too. Like you're still coming through.
And you're still getting video feed, so it was just saying that for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. There he goes. Give it a second. We'll see if he comes back. Yimra.
Okay.
Aw.
Noche says that Ben and Yimra have olive skin, but Max says alabaster,
Alabaster. Your alabaster complexion.
skin. That's what I get for being like pure Northern European, I guess. But yeah, in comparison to our Rocky Mountain Juhadeen
Indeed, yes.
and our Sicilian brother.
Thank you for
Indeed.
rejoining us, Yimra.
Yep. I was like, oh, what's not up? I went through all my fucking windows, and I was like, oh, Discord just crashed. Okay, cool. Considering this
Sweet.
laptop is out of date, some type of software is out of date, so I can't even see like YouTube shit. Unless I go to like Microsoft fucking Edge.
Gay.
I don't even know. Like I can't even like update the new software to like be able to use the internet on this shit for like half the website. I can't even look at
Okay.
my like long-term stocks and shit right now.
Noche says it's weird that the Liver King ever lied about being on it to begin with. Like, bro, he just
Of course he did.
honestly.
Cause there's and I'm sure like and again like when any of that stuff happens, like there's deeper shit going on with these people, but we don't see them as that. We see them as like a something else, as an not necessarily an other, but you don't see them as human beings. You know what I mean? You see them
Right?
as
Yeah, their character
entertainment.
online.
So you don't know like what fucking backstory they got going on. Like if your friend does something fucking stupid, like you kind of get it. You know what's going on. And like if you didn't know him at all, you'd probably be like, what a fucking loser. If you saw it on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, yeah, you see it like what a fucking loser. But I'm sure that dude has some fucking shit he had he went through because you don't have a whole thing about eating raw meat and then lie about taking anabolic steroids, and not have some fucking weird shit going on in your past, like traumatic or like emotional or whatever. Like one. I mean, I don't care because like it's just more of people shouldn't have been shocked that he was steroids. That's just me.
He was
But
molested by a butcher.
oh, that's so awful. This is so unnecessarily mean, dude.
This kid's
In
one
Minecraft.
step away from getting fucking gout. I remember the King of the Hill episode where Bobby Hill gets gout.
Yeah.
The king's disease.
If
Between the 6 pack
only,
of Stella, holy shit.
honestly,
Oh,
if
Marty.
only our society were that way, right? I think we are so far removed from getting gout as compared to diabetes or
Well, I mean, there's people who get gout, but usually it's associated with certain community of people.
Certain community, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, whatever one you assumed means you're racist against that group, probably. I know which one I'm talking about, but
I
I'm
know
not
which
going
one
to even
I'm
say
talking
it.
about.
All right, well, you send me a message and say which one. I know I am.
Jews.
Oh no,
No.
no, a different one has a higher rate
Really?
of gout. Yeah, I forgot where I read that information.
Okay, so who is it?
You're right, but yeah.
It's obviously the fucking Bolivians. Duh. Yeah, just Google who gets the most gout. I don't even remember if my shit's
Bolivians?
true. Could you imagine?
Well,
Just the
well,
Bolivians.
yeah.
Not even like a. It's not even like on
What's
a
your
racial lines. It's
number
just one
one
country.
fucking indicator for getting gout? Yeah, right. But yeah, King of the Hill, the fucking gout episode where it's like you're eating liver all the time. If if most people ate liver on a more regular basis, not every day, but
Enough.
once a month even, try to eat liver, right? You would be much healthier. Just saying. it it is one of the most amazing foods out there to have the vitamins and the protein and the fats and everything else that's associated.
Vitamins.
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 Beef liver? Yes. Beef liver, duck liver. Um, there's no pate that is
You
bad
can just
pate.
eat the liver right out of somebody on the street.
I mean, it might carry many, many toxins, so you know you
That's
gotta
okay.
be careful with that shit.
You
Honestly,
gotta
yeah,
harvest that shit right off the street.
I would not eat the average New York City person's liver.
Just
Um,
some
Coward.
homeless dude.
You don't want to
shitty
become
liver.
stronger, bro. All those people's immune systems are like skyrocket high.
if I want some vitamin A and D, I'll eat a polar bear's liver.
Oh yeah, that one thing where it's like, yeah, where it's like the fucking they have to like let that fucking like liver desiccate for like 6 months in like a pack of snow, so they don't die from all the fucking like extra vitamins in there from
No,
like a vitamin
you can
overdose.
literally you can OD on vitamin A if you eat
That's
a
such
polar
a
bear
shitty
liver.
way to go. Like I've like OD'd on morphine. I will say that, and I didn't even
Hmm.
go to the hospital. It is a miserable. I mean, before it was fucking awesome. One of the best things ever. Until my body turned literally like a sick zombie gray color, and I was vomiting until I couldn't vomit anymore. My body still thought, hey, maybe I should vomit some more. And you drink some water, and then you vomit some more. And then when you thought your body can't vomit anymore, boy howdy, does your body remind you it doesn't give a fuck what you want. That being said, imagine overdosing on shit that's not even fun to do beforehand. Fucking eating a polar bear liver? Liver isn't that good. It's not that good.
Bro, you've
War-
never had some pate on some nice fresh French bread?
Have you tried fucking morphine?
You got me there.
Yeah, Listen, you can take it in pills. You can inject that shit. That's why I don't touch any type of painkiller anymore.
Intravenous morphine. You got me there, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Whew,
So, would you
man.
like a nice pate? Actually, I go for the morphine. Right
No, I'd
away,
like to
sir.
inject
I'll pay your
straight.
line.
Yeah, I want to be injected with stuff that's like if you broke like your fucking like bones in your knees and legs, like whatever the worst pain is, I want to be medicated for that while I'm
Good
not in that
evening,
much
sir.
pain.
Will it be uppers or downers today?
Oh,
Okay.
Mr. Beauregard, I would
No
like to
Che
have.
has asked me if I would eat Ymra's liver, and the answer is
You'd be built different
after
afterwards.
a couple of STI tests.
Yeah, I gotta make sure there's no AIDS.
I'm clean,
No,
dog.
no monkeypox.
I'm clean. I took a test. What was it? What's today? Today's
Today.
Thursday. I took one on Tuesday.
Oh,
I'm
really?
Gucci
A
again.
lot
Yeah,
can
I'm
happen
Gucci
since
again.
then, though.
It's true. Grussy. You never know what Grussy's up to.
You never know where the Grussy's been.
How
And
much
you know what?
Grussie you get in a given 72 hours can radically change the
Grimace
amount
is
of
a is a is
STIs that
a
you experience.
is a fickle thing. You know.
Okay,
It's
but yeah, given a clean test and a clean liver,
yeah.
I'd eat some
You would
liver.
literally it'd be like it's like when you like the joke where it's like you eat the brain or like the heart of someone. You have like all their memories and like their powers, and it's the same thing with for you, but it's just having way too much social skills, car abilities, and I don't know. There's some negatives like drug use, like
JC
heavy.
says JC says he'd be proud to inherit Yimmer's AIDS and continue the legacy.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was literally at this job and we were talking about like that shit. And I was like explaining like if you find out you have AIDS, like you can actually straight up stop it from happening. Like there's like medication you could take to stop like in the first if you find out like if you take a medication for like 2 months straight or some shit, it's like stops it or whatever.
Yemmer, I'm glad you've done research on this.
I mean, I think anybody who's in the community of
Well, no, I remember.
Rare
No, what the
AIDS
reason I know this is
contraction.
because I was watching. I think it was like this was years back. I was This was years back. This must have been when I was like 19, like right around my discharge era. And we were watching, or actually no, a little bit before that. So I was like 18, 17, and I was dating somebody who was going to a college in upstate New York. And we were watching like Canadian Cops, basically. I forgot what it's called. It was the Canadian equivalent of Cops. And it's way more entertaining because everyone's wearing denim and denim and everything. It's really fucking funny. Um, that being said, there was at one point a homeless man, got like blood on these people, and they were spraying all this shit on him. Like, what the fuck is that? And they explained what it is. And it's a spray that's supposed to like kind of neutralize like any type of diseases or shit on your body, including AIDS. And it's like, oh, we get tested, we take this medication for like a couple of months, and I was like, it's a fucking thing. So I googled it, and I was like, oh shit, like one, cops carry a spray to stop AIDS from happening, basically, and if you
No,
take
yeah,
medication,
EMTs too. Yeah, my sister-in-law's an EMT,
yeah,
she
it's
they've
like
had
I think it's one. I
fucking
think it's one thing that people should probably be aware of because AIDS isn't one death sentence anymore. Like people can even have AIDS and have sex with somebody who doesn't have AIDS. I don't want to
no
take that fucking risk ever. Keep in mind, ever.
no,
But
but
that's a thing,
like
Like
if it happened, there is a treatment that if you take it within like I don't know if it's 48 or 72
there's
hours,
a certain amount of time that you have a
yeah,
leeway period.
There's a
If you
plan
know
you
if
for
can
AIDS.
you can take a prep. It's called prep
it,
treatment,
it
and
basically just fucking kills it. Basically, you avoid getting AIDS or HIV, which I think more people should be aware of all that kind of stuff because again, like I said, AIDS, HIV is not a death sentence anymore. You can still be with somebody who doesn't have it while you have it if you take medication. To be fair, that risk is still too scary to me, even though statistically it's probably safe. It's still too scary to me. I ain't doing that shit.
You could trust big pharma, so nothing ever goes wrong when you trust big pharma.
Oh no, I trust Big Pharma when they give me those fucking morphine, bro.
God.
Now I'm like thinking about it. Like I'm never gonna touch that shit again. But like, some days just like fuck, bro.
dude, I
Like
think elderly or terminal patients let them do whatever they want.
no,
Right?
let me do whatever I want. If I'm paying the fucking money to it, if I want to willingly pay for it, give me it.
True. It's very uncapped. Gentlemen, do we have anything else we want to go over? I think Matt got everything about the vaccine debate, the Great Schism.
If you have for years known about the New World Order, or maybe you would call it the globalists, or maybe you would call it the World Economic Forum, um,
The Jews.
and you haven't made a contingency, the Jews, as Kanye would call it.
Yes.
If you haven't made a contingency for this situation,
Start
you need to
start
you need
doing
to
one.
Start doing that.
you need to have a contingency.
Even if it isn't for this specific scenario, it is good to have backup money. And you could have a separate account in a bank. You can have the mattress money. Preferably do both realistically, because God forbid, they see your mattress money. Not a good time because you fuckers are not hiding it that well. If you're not that to be fair, none of these three things are happening to anyone who's listening. Let's be honest. Our demographic is not that wide of a fucking swath of people, but save money. I do, like, for example, for me, I say I don't spend my money on anything really. It's gas, groceries, that's it. I don't spend shit on myself except for the car I got. That's about it.
The car that got
Um,
shot.
yeah, well,
Katna says the only Jew question I care about is circumcision, which I agree with. We need to stop routine male infant circumcision across the United States.
I agree. Also, they wanted I guess she or they would like us to post foreskin. That will not be happening. Well,
I
not
live
for
in New
me.
York. Um, I might have the suppressor on. I might not. I'm Roman Catholic. Take that as what you will. Find out. Just kidding. No one text me. No one
I'm-
show me anything. Unless you're Ben. Then you show me your penis.
No.
Fuck. Unless you're Ben, don't show me anything. I only want his penis right now.
Oh god.
Or Grimace's Grussy.
Just Grimace. Stick with
Let,
Grimace.
let me say to the vast majority of males who are listening to this podcast that
Oh,
you
P, while you talking about
can
circumcision.
de-circumcise yourself. Okay.
Fucking charger.
You just need an order
You
of
can-
calamari.
That doesn't work.
You can regrow your foreskin over time slowly, and hopefully become a complete male again. In a variety of ways. There's various products that will allow you to do this. It requires a lot of patience and diligence, but
It's
hopefully
possible.
one day you, along with all the men in North America, can reclaim our birthright. Okay.
One day I will reclaim my foreskin. So sad.
Julia says that's false. I don't know what that's false to.
I don't know. Get all the weirdos coming out now. Sometimes we get spooky. No, we don't. Spookiness isn't real. God
Okay.
damn, I am tired.
Yeah, it's not that late, but
I'm an
it
old
feels
man,
like
I
it.
guess.
Yeah, we've shifted hours earlier into the evening.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Yimra's closing thoughts. You got my closing thoughts. Any closing thoughts from Ben, the based Heisenberg, or the Rocky Mountain Juhadin?
If you caved on the vaccine, you will cave when they come for your kids and tell you that you have to let them transition. That's my closing thought.
Mm.
You will cave.
Mm.
And with that, and the ensuing hate mail we're bound to receive, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I actually did an intro. I just kind of played it while Yimmer was talking. Thank you for joining us tonight. As always, you have myself, Ben, aka Based Heisenberg, aka Rocky Mountain Juhadin. You've got Max, aka Less Racist Max, aka Still Kind of Becoming Racist Max, working on it Max, aka Encaparado, and Yimra, once again, the blogger formerly known as, and is once again known as Yimra because he got his blog back somehow. Coincidentally, the Tumblr HQ is definitely in New York City proper, and you could totally drive to the HQ, and I'm sure you were not handing out handies.
I can't confirm or deny if I suck someone at the Tumblr HQ off. I'm gonna be honest.
Did that person? Well, I guess I don't know. That's between you and God, and
Between me and the priest, I confess to.
I'll say, as far as racism goes, I am a scientist, okay, and
I don't.
like
That's
I
not a
am
good statement to add to it. I'm gonna be honest. It can go really either way.
I'm
Professor
You start
beyond
measuring skulls.
I'm beyond the version of racism where, like, white and black is bad or
It's
something like
Slovenian and
that.
Croatian. Which one's the bad one?
Slovenia.
We're getting
of
niche.
But legitimately, like I'm on the
I don't like when you add a
phase
legitimate.
of skull
Okay.
measurements and all that stuff.
Well, on that, and a final endorsement for racial science, which will surely not get canceled. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this evening. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season. God fucking knows when we'll do this again. Maybe before Christmas, maybe not. So from all of us here, taxation is theft.